Are you a local music producer? After some fresh air? Submit your track now. fresh927.com.au. Fresh Air, supporting local and Aussie talent every Monday night from 8 p.m. on Fresh 92.7.
You tuned to the sound of Fresh Air with DT and Savvy. Hope you're enjoying your Monday night. We definitely are.
We love it here every Monday night. It's actually one of the highlights of my week doing the show and just bringing all the best sounds of Adelaide.
Man, I just count it in as my weekend. Now, hanging out with us in the studio, we've got a couple of guests. We're going to talk about the first one first, the second one a little bit later on, although there is a slight collaboration and connection there. I'd like to welcome Anthony Hicks to the Fresh Air studio.
Good evening, DT and Savvy.
Hello.
Now, quickly,
Hello.
You've been producing for many, many years.
Many years.
And you've had a couple of different aliases, such as...
The first one was Anthony Hicks, which is my birth name, which is a good one. There's Antonio Hickey, or Antonio Hickey, which is...
Hickey. Yep.
Yes, it's my mafioso name, which was christened to me, or given to me by Titch Lang, who's also in the studio with us.
Is that the one that you usually rap under that?
Yeah,
that
that's
name?
my rap name, I suppose.
So besides producing, I've also noticed on very rare occasions, you're also an incredible singer. How come we don't hear you releasing a solo album or anything? Or is that just something...
Well, there's things in the pipeline now. Speaking with Philip Israel from a record company in Australia, he suggested I sing 80s songs. So there's a whole album of 80s covers done with a twist.
No way.
And we'll hear one of them tonight.
You brought some in?
Yeah, got a special thing here for you.
Okay, maybe we'll talk about that when we play that track. What else did you bring in?
The first track that we're going to play is called Lift Me, which is also released locally in February, I believe. It's featuring, it's with Melody and myself, and it's a dance track, like a special dance track.
You lift me, 'cause you are superhuman. So you lift me, when you are around. And you lift me, and you are superhuman. 'Cause you lift me, when you are around. No one left or missing.
You're tuned to the sound of fresh air. You're here with DT, Savvy, and we've got Anthony Hicks inside the studio. And we just heard a brand new track called Lift Me.
Yeah.
How new is that one?
How new is it? I think it's about 3 months old.
3 months old.
But
Okay.
that's the first time it's been heard on radio anywhere.
We love
right here
those
on Fresh.
exclusives.
Exclusive. Again.
Now we're going to jump into the next track. You were talking about doing
80s covers.
They are 80s covers. What were some of the tunes that you thought of that you decided to pass on?
Not do. Well, there's something on some video showing Network. It's a song called Easy by Faith No More, or it's a cover by Faith No More as well. That's one I passed on. There's plenty that I didn't.
Okay, well,
And the ones that...
what are the
yeah.
ones that you the one we're going to play tonight is
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra, massive tune in the
Yeah,
early
it
80s.
was huge. It was top... Oh, it's number one in America for about 5 or 6 weeks in a row.
Now, for our listeners out there that
1993.
may not have been alive, then give us a little bit of a rundown on how the original sound and what did you do to it?
Well, the vocal's the same. I've resung the vocal. I've stripped it right back to Didgeridoo, of all things.
Didgeridoo?
Didgeridoo,
That's very cool.
which is something different. That was suggested to me by Philip Israel, who's a record company man. And, and there's some drums there that are a bit different. So it's basically vocal, and it's a bit of a coda on the vocal too in the chorus, which is different. So it's a bit of an oddity. And just see how we feel about this.
Give us an intro and we'll drop it.
Here you go. This is Abracadabra by Stair Union.
I heat up, I can't cool down. You got me spinning round and round, round and round, and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Every time you call my name, I heat up like a burning flame, full of desire. Kiss me, baby, let the fire get higher. Abracadabra, I wanna reach out and grab you. Abracadabra, abracadabra. You make me hot, you make me sigh, you make me laugh, you make me cry. Keep me burning for your love with the touch of a velvet glove. Abracadabra, I wanna reach out and grab you. Abracadabra, abracadabra. I see magic in your eyes. I hear the magic in your sighs. Just when I think I'm gonna get away, I hear those words that you always say. I feel the magic in your caress. I feel magic when I touch your dress. Silk and satin, leather and lace, black bandage with an angel's face. Abracadabra, I wanna reach out and grab you. Abracadabra, every time you call my name, I heat up like a burning flame, full of desire. Kiss me, baby, let the fire get higher. I heat up, I can't go down. My situation goes round and round. I heat up, I can't go down. My situation goes round and round. I heat up, I can't go down. My situation goes round and round. I heat up, I can't cool down. I heat up, I can't cool down. I heat up, can't cool down.
if you're wondering what the hottest sound out there in the production world at the moment, go check out the didgeridoo. We've got Anthony Hicks inside the studio, and that was his cover version of Abracadabra.
Excellent.
Oh,
Now we-
love it. Love it. It's cool.
Now, we're talking off air. We're trying to coax you into doing a bit of a competition for us, and I think have you agreed?
I think I have.
Agreed.
In
Now,
principle.
we're just wondering, all the different producers out there, we know there's a whole lot of you making heaps of different styles. You've got the complextro, the dubstep, the drum and bass, the really stripped back house, and all the different sorts of genres in between. Now, we're wondering if we're trying to find a whole lot of producers that would like to remix that track if we give you the
Yeah, probably just the 2-track of the vocal.
yeah, and
that's
see if you can put your own flavour to it. What we're going to do a little bit later on, you can get in contact with us on our Facebook page. So just do a bit of a search for Fresh Air 927, and just let us know your interest if you'd like to do a remix of that track, and there might be something
It'd
pretty
be
positive
special,
in there
I
for you.
think. I think there's a lot of room for different genres in that with that vocal, and it's cool. So thanks for that. Good idea.
The next track we're going to get into, it's called The Recipe.
Yeah, it's the recipe. This is with Melody once more. It was on the first track, Lift Me. And also Titch Lang wrote this with me. He's on a bit later. This is another dancey type thing. Just mixed today.
That one there, The Recipe, here on Fresh Air. Now, we've got Anthony Hicks inside the studio. How are you?
I'm still good.
Now, the next track you're going to play a little bit, there's been a couple of versions that you've sent through to us. Now,
there was a dance version, or sort of a version of sort of 70s disco type stuff with a crazy video on the interweb as well. Now, they've said they're going to release the hip-hop version now. This was written by Titch Lang and myself. It's featuring Melody again, which is cool. Yeah, so here's the hip-hop version of A Little Bit.
I said a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I read my city with a backwards hat.
That's right.
I said a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I love this city, put it on the map.
My city, I love her and she loves me. Forget what you heard, this is word like the gospel. Life's been hostile, they say my city's too quiet. But beneath the surface, they causing a riot. Police on patrol, cause that's how we roll. We complain cause the government is trying to raise revenue. No doubt, we got cats that will dead you. Michael's written tracks, nothing but lethal raps. Unlike the indigenous, I'm deadly. Lay down a rap medley, these cats better tread warily. My city will see perilously. You have the audacity to give me perspicacity on any nuke, snake charm, and shake your body, mama. We be banging in the clubs, and rockin' beat dubs, and blasting at the subs. I hook up with the rhyme and Wizard of Oz.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I read my city with a backwards hat. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I love this city, I put it on the map. I said a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this.
Read my city with a backwards hat.
Rep my city.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this. Love this city.
This rap bringing back the glory days in so many ways, telling the truth from your soul pays. This is hotter than sun rays. My medication was a defrauded education stimulation. Free your mind and your ass will follow. We just trying to make bestsellers. We never run into by yellow, drink by the gallon, fresh melon. Insightful paragraphs and award-winning phrases. We go through phases in the man-made mazes. Shake our heads at phenomena and crazes. Tear through armor like hollow points and lasers. Electric like blankets and tasers. Strip you of your hair like razors. My heavyweight lyric with the spirit of a holy man. How we roll with the rolly man. Cold in winter, hot in summer. You can see an empty hammer. Roll like my mama. All these cats getting dumber. Or am I unblocking pipes like a plumber? We're humblers, unlock the tumblers. Eradicate mumblers and fumblers. My city on the map, cause that's where I'm at.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I read my city with a backwards hat. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I love this city, I put it on the map.
Love this city. Yeah.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this.
Read my city with a backwards hat.
Rep my city.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this. Love this city. Yeah.
That's right, you're here with DT and Sabby, and Anthony Hicks is joining us inside the studio. He's brought in a whole lot of brand new tracks and some new music. I want to talk about your chill out stuff and who you work with on those projects.
Yeah, we released an album last year called Everything's Gonna Be Alright. That was me and Ryan with lots of friends. And this year we put out another album. It's called Together, and that's with many of our friends. Yeah, so this
Some of your friends include?
Yeah, drop a few names for us.
I know
Come
a
on.
couple of them have got quite hard names to pronounce.
Not on this album. So it was Melody, Titch Lang, Billy Guiaras, sorry. And Ryan, he worked with somebody. No, he didn't. That's about it, really, I think.
Okay, and you guys filmed a video for this? Tell us a little bit about that.
This song's called Mother Earth, and it's sort of saying, well, this is the only place we've got, in a few words. And there's a guy called Jason Mulwaters who does a lot of filming, and he was lucky enough to get a ride on a helicopter around Victor Harbour and the coast of South Australia.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So he filmed some of that, and that's on the movie world out there, as we all know. So yeah, this is Mother Earth.
And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue. And all I see is you, and all that is true. You're my deepest blue.
That one there, Mother Earth, and that was Anthony Hicks. Is that under Anthony Hicks or under?
That's my real name. It's under my real name. Well,
It's under your real name.
Yeah.
And what's the album that's going to be coming out on?
that's on the Together album, which is out already in all good places to buy stuff.
And the video clip, where can we find it?
On the YouTube service.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just type in
Aria Studios.
Aria Studios.
There's
Check that
a few
out.
songs there. Also a few shout-outs, yeah?
Yeah. Who would you like to
Yeah,
say
a shout out
g'day
to the Possum crew, shout out to the UTCY crew, and also to the lovely band I'm in, the awesome band I'm in, which is Melody of Mars. We've got a gig coming up soon, so check out Melody of Mars on Facebook too.
How is Melody? Is she okay?
Oh, Melody's good.
We haven't heard from her for a while.
Hopefully you'll have her in the studio sooner or later.
Fingers crossed.
Sooner rather than later.
Cool. Big
Now,
shout out for her.
Speaking of having guests inside the studio, we've got Titch joining us very, very soon. I'd like to thank Anthony Hicks again for coming in, especially with that last Chill Out track. Really cool tune. And that video clip is awesome. You need to go check that out. But in the meantime, here's a brand new one from us.